Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time, I know. Again, sorry, I've been really busy with work. Today's video is going to be my first installment as we're diving a little deeper into skincare, and this video is going to be all about cleansers. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that I colored my hair. I've been working towards a rose gold. Right now my hair is coral, since my hair is so blonde and porous from the years I've been lightening it. Any lighter color that we're putting on top of it is like just washing away within like 4 washes max. So this actually has faded quite a bit. I'm thinking it will fade a little more over some time. Hopefully right about now it's at a good color for my work convention. I can just kind of pull it back and I think I should be able to get away with it. As always, guys, there will be markers in the description box below in case you want to skip ahead to a certain topic. Now, when it comes to cleansing your face, this might seem like a kind of like duh topic to some of you guys. It seems very straightforward. You just cleanse your skin, but it's actually a little more complicated than that. And finding a cleansing product that works for you and your skin type is of the utmost importance because this is where your skincare starts. So at a very rudimentary level, what are we trying to do when we cleanse the skin? We're trying to remove all the dirt, makeup, sweat, debris, trying to cleanse off all that gunk that could potentially clog our pores and also cause free radical damage. We're also prepping our skin to be better able to absorb the rest of the skincare steps that we're going to put on top. So while cleansing the skin is very important, it's equally important to make sure that while we're doing that we're maintaining our skin's natural acid mantle. Some of you are probably like, what the hell is an acid mantle? I'm glad you asked. I obviously didn't discover this. I will be citing some sources below if you guys would like to do some further reading on it. In the 1920s, Macchione and Schad, I believe is how you pronounce it, identified the acidity of skin, which they coined the acid mantle. This protective acid mantle is also referred to as the hydrolipid film. It's a protective, slightly acidic film that sits on the surface of your skin that basically acts as the interface between you and the world. The protective film is made up of sebum and sweat, and it sits on the outermost layer of your skin called the stratum corneum. It's basically your skin's first defense mechanism. If it's disrupted or removed, your skin becomes more permeable to microorganisms such as bacteria, harsh chemicals, and pollutants. Water is also more able to escape your skin, leading to dehydrated skin. All of this can lead to blemishes, irritation, free radical damage, dryness, excessive oil production. It affects enzyme activity, which then in turn disrupts your skin's natural ability to shed, a plethora of bad things. So now that we know what it is, how do we keep it intact? Our skin exists on average at a pH of around 5.5, making it slightly acidic. That is the average, but it can range anywhere from 4.5 to 6.5, depending on your skin type and the products that you do use. pH stands for potential hydrogen. pH is a scale that measures acidity and alkalinity, and that scale ranges from a 0 to 14. 7 right in the middle is neutral, and that's typically what pure water is. It's neither acidic nor alkaline. Anything under 7 is acidic, anything above 7 is alkaline or basic. Just for an idea of scale, vinegar comes in at a 2, which is obviously acidic, water is in at a 7, and then bleach is in at a 13. The Bronsted-Lowry concept tells us that when water is mixed with an acidic substance, that acidic substance sheds hydrogen ions. Therefore, they're typically drying. When water mixes with alkaline substance, it actually accepts hydrogen ions. A strong base can give your skin a much worse burn than an acid, so kind of think lye. You know, the one that if anybody watches Forensic Files like I do, it can dissolve bodies. I mean, obviously that's the far end of the spectrum and you're not going to be putting anything like that on your face, but just to give you an idea. Using a cleanser that is as close to your skin's natural pH is ideal. So you typically, I find, want something slightly acidic. There are some studies out there that are going to disagree with me that say you should use something slightly alkaline, like soap is actually alkaline. But there are much more recent studies that will show you should typically go for something that's a little more acidic. Finding balance in your skin will really solve almost every skin issue out there. So how do we determine what your skin is in need of and if it's out of balance? If your skin is too acidic, it's going to feel oily even right after you cleanse it. Moisturizer makes it feel too greasy. Skin is sensitive and reactive to products. Your skin's more prone to breakouts, and your skin looks and feels irritated. Skin that's too alkaline is going to feel really tight after you cleanse it. You're going to need moisturizer a few times a day. Skin's going to look dull with more fine lines and wrinkles. Skin can sting after you apply products to it. and rarely appears plump and dewy. So typically you can almost think of like people with oily skin tend to be too acidic, and people like me who are way too dry tend to be more alkaline. So what we want to do is get off of either ends of this and bring you as much in the middle as possible. Bacteria has a hard time living in an environment that is more acidic. So when your skin is very alkaline as well, it opens your skin up to pathogenic bacteria, which is a breeding ground for acne. So I'm going to talk about two types of cleansers right now. They're going to be water soluble and oil soluble. Water soluble cleansers are exactly what they sound like. They are able to be dissolved in water. Oil soluble cleansers are not. Exchanges ions, and then you're going to get a final pH. Since oil is a nonpolar molecule, it does not dissolve in water. There is no ion exchange, hence there is no pH. So the only pH that you will be exposing your skin to is the water you cleanse it off with. Oil cleansers work on the chemistry idea of like attracts like that we've discussed previously. So the oil in your skin and in the products on your face will be attracted to the oil in the cleanser, and you will be able to wash it away. Oil cleansers I really feel best for people with either extremely dry skin or as a first cleanse to remove your makeup. I personally don't feel like they are enough for people that wear makeup every day or have problematic skin. Those are from my experiences and my personal opinion. Again, there are some people that swear by using just like coconut oil to cleanse your face or any kind of blend like that. I'm just not one of those people. I will link some info below on oil cleansing, again, if you are interested. If you guys watch my skincare videos, you are aware I do 2 cleanses a day. In the morning, I prefer something very gentle. I like either jelly or milk cleansers. This is my favorite morning cleanser, and this is the NUDE Perfect Cleanse. This is a jelly. This has been discontinued at Sephora. I was freaking out. One of you guys, thank you so much, told me that it popped back up on the Sephora page as like a clearance, so I bought 3 more of these, and you guys are amazing and let me know. I believe it's beautycounter.com has acquired this line, and I didn't even know that it's actually Sonny Bono's wife that's the founder of this company. Pretty interesting little tidbit. I will link that article below if you guys would like to read that. So it sounds like this is going to be for sale again in the US, and if you are in the UK, you can find this at Space NK, I believe. I really, really, really like this cleanser. When I thought that this was going to be discontinued and I wouldn't be able to find it for a while, I kind of went on a search to find something similar. And the closest thing I found so far is this Glossier, this milky jelly cleanser. And this is actually pretty affordable. I will link it below. You guys can do like an auto renewal kind of thing if you want it delivered, but I don't go through cleansers that much. I mean, I don't use a ton of them, but like this one has lasted me, I don't know, a long time. So for me, I prefer something like this. And I actually think that that's an excellent cleansing step for oily and extremely dry skin, because we don't want to use something, I never want to use something foaming on my face in the morning, because what that does is it really strips your skin. And then when you go on with your makeup and other products throughout the day, it could affect the wear of your makeup, get dry, patchy, itchy. For me, my problem areas were always right around the cracks of my nose and on my chin, and my makeup would peel and it would get disgusting. I was using 5,000 primers. I now find using something gentle like this and just cleansing it off with a warm washcloth is ideal. The warm washcloth will also provide you with a little bit of exfoliation from whatever you may have shed throughout the night. Just so you guys are aware, I did test quite a bit of cleansers, and I'm going to show you some of my favorites. I'm going to show you something that goes from like what I use daily, and I also did find some options at the drugstore and Target for you guys. All ingredient approved and performance approved. And pH approved. I'll touch on that towards the end of the video. So at night, I like to double cleanse. I used to use a makeup remover wipe to take all my makeup off. I was actually using the Pond's ones. A lot of makeup wipes can have high alcohol content, which can help lead to, more dry skin if that's what you're suffering from. And actually, if you guys aren't aware, I posted on my Instagram that I totally had a fangirl moment. I love Caroline Hirons, and I've been reading her blog for a very long time. If you guys don't follow her blog and you are really into skincare and you have a good sense of humor, you guys really need to follow her. She also does a lot of blogs, and she is a skincare expert. She works in the field, so not only can she speak to her own skin and the experiences that she has with products, she can talk about what helps with her clients. So I think that's awesome. She also works really closely with a lot of skincare brands when they're developing products and all of that good stuff. So again, I will link her blog and her page below. You guys should follow her. And I just noticed in her new video that she had linked that we both have the same nail polish on. So in my head, we're best friends, and I'm going to go to London and we're going to go shopping and have lunch at Harrods. Date for that. I don't know if that makes me creepy. I feel slightly creepy, but that's okay. This cleansing balm I bought several years ago. It's the Colleen Rothschild one. This one is the Radiant Cleansing Balm. I don't care for the smell of this. I know some people say that they like it. I found this to be, I mean, it works okay, but it wasn't anything that blew me out of the water. The smell is kind of like spa-like, but like hospital mixed with spa. Old lady hospital mixed with spa. That's what it smells like to me. Like almost like a diaper cream or something. I don't know what it is. I don't like it. So Caroline has been raving about this Emma Hardy. This is their cleansing balm, and I found this on beglowing.com, which I will link below for you guys. Or I have seen it on Amazon. I'm always scared to buy beauty products, professional beauty products off of Amazon, because they could be knockoffs. It could be returns that someone liquidates to Amazon and they water it down. So I get nervous. I mean, it's buyer beware. But I buy this from Be Glowing, and it comes with a washcloth as well. The smell of this is amazing. It smells like oranges, and it is moringa. I'm not quite sure what that is, but it smells really nice. You get a good amount. There's two sizes. This is a smaller one, and they have a bigger one. What I will say is I don't like this packaging. It gets kind of foggy sometimes, and sometimes it can be cracked when you travel with it. It's kind of lumpy, but this balm is amazing. I use this. I put a small amount on my hands after I take my eyelashes off, and I rub this in, and then I take a warm washcloth, and I completely wipe it off my face. Then I go in with my Clarisonic to kind of get rid of anything else that the balm didn't take away. And I use this Obagi. I love this. This is their C Cleansing Gel. This has an amazing amount of vitamin C in it, which in all fairness, you're kind of washing down the drain immediately. I mean, it's not on your face for that long, but I really do like this. The thing I don't like about this is the third to last ingredient. It does contain fragrance, which you guys know I'm not a fan of fragrance in my skincare. If you do have sensitive skin, you should avoid fragrance at all costs, really, because that is a constant irritant to those that are sensitive to it. I just figure I try to cut out synthetic or added fragrance. If the product itself has a scent, I'm cool with that, like some essential oils and plant products, things like that. But when they just go and add it in just for scent, I don't like that, because I just look at it like they could have used the money that they put in for fragrance for something more beneficial to my skin. That makes sense. But the reason brands do that is because most people, if you were to open up something and smell it, you're like, oh my God, this smells like butt. I'm not putting it on my face. A lot of people aren't aware. So unfortunately, a ton of skincare does have fragrance in it. This is one of the first cleansers I have found that I can use with my Clarisonic that doesn't leave my face feeling tight and dry. You don't need a prescription to buy this part of Obagi. Most of Obagi you do. I buy this online. I will link it below. A lot of times the sites that do sell this, you can get like a 20% off coupon or something, which I highly recommend using those. You'll find it right on the landing page when you get on there. So I will put that on my Clarisonic, and I do my zones. And for me, I love my Clarisonic. I can't live without it. Do have other cleansing devices. I've touched on those. I will link some of those videos below that I've talked about. So right now we're just focusing on the actual cleansers themselves. I feel like these steps are excellent for every skin type, from the extremely oily to the extremely dry. The gentle cleanse in the morning, the double cleanse at night. One product to remove your makeup, the other product to kind of cleanse everything else off. Now it's just going to be determining what products work best for you guys in those steps. So if you see behind me, I kind of had like a mad scientist lineup over here of products. I did use a digital meter that I will link below in case anybody is curious. Granted, I do not have a very controlled lab here. I don't have a sterile lab here. It's just working out of my beauty room / office. So if you guys are interested, I will link the steps I did below. I did calibrate my digital meter in between. You guys can buy pH strips gifts if you are so inclined on Amazon, and test your products at home if you guys want to do that. This is the second time I'm filming this video. The first time I did it, I accidentally deleted that, so I redid it. The first time I did use distilled water. This time I did just use tap water because someone did bring up like, well, I don't use distilled water to wash my face. So I did use tap water this time. So traditional bar soap has a pH of around 9 to 10, which that is high. I strongly discourage you from using anything like that on your face. And that's traditional bar soap that's used to clean your body, kind of like an Irish Spring or something like that. There are bar soaps that actually like, a cleansing bar that like Drunk Elephant makes that's obviously like perfectly pH balanced, and there are some that have more of like a lotion in there instead of the harsh chemicals that kind of strip away. But in general, like the type of bar soap that you'd get in a hotel or something to clean your body is not something that you want to be using on your face. So I'm going to kind of show you guys now some cleansers that I got behind me, ranging from the type that would be good for dry to all skin types to very oily. So the first cleanser that I showed you guys, this should be available for sale again, hopefully soon. I don't know the exact date. You can buy this from Space NK. You'll just have to pay the shipping over to the US, which gets pricey. But if you do have something like this Nude Perfect Cleanse Omega Cleansing Jelly is super gentle. It never leaves my face feeling tight. It's actually more like, I think of it as like Wen for hair, how it's like a conditioning cleanser. That's what this jelly is, and that's what a lot of milks are. So this is suitable for all skin types. I don't find this to be enough. Like if you have a full face of makeup and you try to just like rub this on and cleanse it off, to me, that would make me like, I don't think that it's enough of a cleanse on its own. I do kind of like this more so on my bare skin. Again, these are just my preferences. Next, this is one that you can find at Target or drugstores. This is the Neutrogena Ultra Gentle Hydrating Cleanser, the creamy formula. They do have, I think, I think it's called foaming formula too. This is a creamy formula because, again, I like those more creamy, milky consistencies for those of us with dry skin. This is good for skin that is normal to dry and even sensitive skin. This is not a cleanser I would use for a full face of makeup to kind of cleanse this off. This is best to use like a makeup wipe or a cleansing balm or even a makeup like a remover of some kind, and then go on with this. The next one I did discuss a little while ago. This is from the Glossier. This is as close to this one as I can find so far. This one does feel a little more thick and a little more nourishing, where this one doesn't. This one does have comfrey leaf root in there, and that's actually an ingredient I love in my Belief True Cream Moisturizing Balm. So this one is still conditioning and pleasant on the skin. This is good for all skin types as well, although I feel like those with dry skin benefit from this kind of cleanser more. Now, moving up the line, this is Neutrogena Naturals. This is their Purifying Facial Cleanser. Out of all the cleansers I have, this is the one with the lowest pH on there. And it does have some fragrance to it. It reminds me of like a synthetic apple smell I think they're going for. This is good for all skin types except for those with sensitive skin. Since this does have fragrance in it, I would avoid this. Next on the line is actually the one that I think is the best cleanser that you can get at the drugstore, and it is the Clean and Clear Essential Foaming Facial Cleanser for sensitive skin. This is going to be good for all skin types except for those with extremely dry skin or extremely sensitive skin, or those with rosacea. The foaming aspect of it is typically more drying. So again, only if you have extremely sensitive skin or extremely dry skin or rosacea, I would avoid this one. But for everybody else, this is a pretty good cleanser. Next is the one that I like for my own personal use. This is the Obagi Sea Cleansing Gel. I use this at night only. This is good for all skin types, except those, again, with extremely sensitive skin, because this does have fragrance. Very, very low down on the ingredient list, but it's still there. So if you do have extremely sensitive skin, that could bother you. Out of all the cleansers I'm going to show you, this one is my least favorite. This is the Cetaphil Gentle Daily Cleanser that you can get at the drugstore. This is good for all skin types, although this does have a very high amount of sodium lauryl sulfate, which can really be an irritant to the skin and possibly dry it out. There are so many other cleansers that don't contain this ingredient, so this is like my last choice for the ones at the drugstore, but it still will do the job. Next, I was curious to try some of the more pricier drugstore options. I got this at Target. This is La Roche-Posay, and this is the Effaclar Purifying Foam Gel. Now, this states soap-free, and it has a pH of the product alone of 5.5. This is good for normal to oily skin. It's supposed to help with those that have more acne-prone skin. For the cost, I feel like there are better options at the drugstore, but if you're looking around this price and you would like to try this is the best one in the line that I personally found. Now, this is the last cleanser I got at the drugstore. This is good for oily to very oily skin. This is the Clean and Clear Daily Pore Cleanser, oil-free with gentle micro scrubbers. Again, this is good for those that have extremely oily skin. This isn't something that I would use if you have dry skin. No. Even normal skin. But if you have very acne-prone oily skin, this could be a good drugstore option for you. This you'll find in a lot of DIYs, which actually makes me shudder. Baking soda is highly alkaline, and it comes in at a pH of 9. I do not advise using baking soda on your skin. There are some products that contain small amounts of baking soda in there, and actually that could help lower the acidity of a product. So think of it like if you have something that's really acidic and then you have something that's alkaline and you mix them together, they're going to kind of meet somewhere in the middle. But I just look at it like they have some DIYs that advise making a scrub paste for your face, mixing baking soda, water, and lemon juice, which I'm like, or just even baking soda and lemon juice. And I'm like, oh my God, you can get extreme burns. If you don't believe me, I'm not even going to insert a picture, but just Google citrus burns. And you can see some. So mixing lemon juice, which is very acidic, and with baking soda that's very alkaline, it actually does lower the alkalinity of the baking soda on its own, but I still would not recommend using that on your skin. When I tested it, and I've seen other places tested too, the pH comes in at 8. 1 point may not seem like a big difference, like if you're thinking, oh, well, it's just 8 to 9, what's the big difference? On the pH scale, the difference of one number is a power of 10. This means that a product with a pH of 9 is 10 times more alkaline than a product that has a pH of 8. And a pH of 11 is 1,000 times more alkaline than a pH of 8. The pH scale is logarithmic. It's not linear. The use of high pH products is going to break down that barrier on your skin, disrupts the bacteria flora. That's actually a good thing you want on your skin. You don't want to kill all of that off. Damage is cumulative with these products. You use it once, you've caused damage. You use it long term, the damage gets worse. Now, there are some products like the Clean Dirt by Maid Lindstrom that do contain a small amount of baking soda mixed in with some other products. In my mind, that everything kind of throws it into balance. So I feel better about products like that than using like a paste or something like that on your face. Although I would still say use in moderation. I don't think that the Clean Dirt calls for use every day. I can't remember. You can test pH at home for yourself if you would like. I will link all the products that I recommend along with what skin type they suit better below if you guys have any questions. The next installment in this, I'm going to start talking to you guys about toners and essence and all of that. I do have quite a few videos to catch up on. I'm going to be doing some more palette reviews that you guys have asked. I have a buttload of liquid lipsticks I need to get through. So yeah, I got that. I hope you guys found this video helpful and that it wasn't too jargony. Is that the word I'm looking for? Remember, the whole point of this is that we want to cleanse our skin, but basically we're trying to maintain the integrity of our skin. Our bodies have a way of being able to heal and take care of themselves unless we throw that off of balance, So basically what we want to find is that perfect in-between spot. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the comment section down below. If you guys would like to share what any of your favorite cleansers are, that's always helpful below, so some people can know if you want to tell them what your skin type is and how that cleanser has helped and maybe how it makes your skin feel. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and I will see you next time.